Back to working on my upholstery transformation project, and it's been a hot minute since I gave you an update. If you're in the UK right now and haven't caught the flu, you're one lucky bugger. Finding the energy to speak into my phone and edit has been non-existent, so I do apologise. Anyway, you have watched me strip and upholster the inside of the chair. Now for the outside. For some reason, I always find the outside of a chair way less exciting than the inside. I'm starting with a layer of mid-weight hessian on the outside of the arms and the back. Next, I liberally spray the outside back with a spray adhesive. I'm going to line up my polyester wadding just along the top there and give it a pull down to the bottom. Now I'm going to use my scissors and just trim the excess off using the edge of the frame as my guide. I highly recommend using craft scissors, not your fabric scissors, to cut the polyester wadding. No wonder why my scissors are never sharp. And that is all I'm going to do to the back before I place my fabric on. I can staple off my outside back just along here because this is going to have a separate border piece that's piped on either side along the top. So I'm going to be fixing my fabric along this edge here. Once I've got my middle staple in, I'm then going to stretch my fabric out to the corner and then to the other side. So I always start working from the center, pulling towards the outside or the corner. I'm temporary stapling on the fabric with my gun for the time being, and when I'm happy with the position of the fabric, I will whip out the temporary staples and replace them with permanent ones. I always make sure the centre is nicely lined up, which means either side of the pattern is going to fall symmetrically. Once done, I trim the fabric back all the way to the staple line. I'm using my upholstery skewers, and what I want to do, line my pattern up, make sure that the pattern is at the same level and continuous from the outside back onto the outside arm. Fold that over, pop a skewer in the top to hold it. And then I just want to make sure my pattern looks straight and horizontal and it's not sort of skew-if. I'm just going to use my pins to fold the fabric over where I want that junction to be between the outside back and the inside arm. And I'm just going to pop in a pin along that folded edge. And I'm going to run my pins all the way down as I go. Once I'm happy with how this edge looks, I'm going to now take it off my chair, but I'm going to leave these pins in. So that's what the back of the fabric looks like. Now I have a clear guideline for me to back tack the outside arm fabric onto the chair, which I will show you in the next episode. Have a quick look.